envy and deceit can hide behind smiles and praise, making it hard to know who's truly in your corner. But with the powerful insights from Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus, you can spot the subtle signs of envy and manipulation. Join me as we dive into 15 essential Stoic principles to help you navigate relationships with clarity and confidence. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of the upcoming videos where we explore Stoicism and how it can help you live a more authentic and fulfilling life. 1. The Barbed Compliment. A compliment can often be a wolf in sheep's clothing. While it may sound flattering, something about it can feel slightly off. Stoic philosophers, particularly Seneca, warned us about people who hide envy under the guise of praise. In his work on the happy life, Seneca explains that genuine joy in others' success is a rare virtue. For example, if someone says, "You did great for someone like you," they may seem complimentary on the surface, but a closer inspection reveals a veiled insult. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that we must be vigilant about how we interpret others' words. He urges us to focus on what is under our control, our own judgment, and not let others' disguised envy shake our confidence. By honing this discernment, we can protect ourselves from the discomfort and insecurity that often follow backhanded compliments. Rather than questioning our self-worth, we should instead question the intention behind the words. 2. Selective support. True friends stand by you during both triumph and adversity. However, there are those whose support is selective. They celebrate your success when it aligns with their interests, but disappear when things get tough. The Stoics valued consistency and integrity, and they urged us to surround ourselves with people who are steady, regardless of circumstances. As Marcus Aurelius wrote in Meditations, people exist for the sake of one another. But what happens when someone only supports you when they stand to gain something? This kind of selective support is a warning sign of hidden jealousy or falsehood. According to Stoicism, real friendship should not be transactional. Genuine friends support each other selflessly, without expecting something in return. When we observe selective support, it's crucial to recognize the potential harm it can bring to our emotional well-being. By exercising Stoic judgment, we can choose to invest our energy in relationships that are built on integrity and mutual respect. 3. The body betrays. Stoicism teaches us that while we cannot control other people's actions, we can control how we interpret their behavior. One way to gauge whether someone is hiding envy or deceit is by paying attention to their body language. Epictetus, in his discourses, reminds us that much of life depends on interpreting what is not said. Imagine someone congratulates you on a new promotion, but their handshake is weak, or their smile seems forced. This mismatch between their words and body language could be a clue to deeper feelings of envy. Stoicism encourages us to observe non-verbal cues, because these subtle signals often betray someone's true emotions. Instead of allowing their false praise to affect our confidence, we can apply Stoic reasoning to remain emotionally resilient. By paying attention to body language and other subtle cues, we gain better insight into the intentions of those around us. 4. The poison of comparison. Envy often stems from comparison. As humans, we tend to measure our success against others, which can lead to jealousy. But the Stoics warn us that comparison is a destructive force. Seneca, in his letters, advises us that we should not allow the success of others to undermine our self-worth. When we are the target of someone else's envy, it often comes in the form of competitive comments. A friend might seem genuinely happy for your achievements, but soon after, they may downplay your success or compare it to their own. Stoicism teaches us that true happiness comes from within, not from external validation. To protect ourselves from the poisons of comparison, we must cultivate a sense of inner contentment. As Marcus Aurelius wisely observed, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." By focusing on our personal growth, we free ourselves from the destructive cycle of comparison. Fifth, sowing discord. One of the clearest signs of hidden envy or falsehood is when someone deliberately tries to create discord. These individuals thrive on negativity, spreading rumors or making subtle comments that undermine your reputation. Epictetus highlights the importance of knowing what we can control and what we cannot. We cannot control others' malicious actions, but we can control how we respond. In Stoicism, the idea of sympathia, or the interconnectedness of all human beings, reminds us that we should foster harmonious relationships rather than feed into discord. When we recognize someone's attempt to create division, we must remain grounded in our own values and avoid getting entangled in their negativity. By rejecting gossip and focusing on cultivating virtuous relationships, we protect our emotional well-being and maintain our integrity in the face of envy and falsehood. 6. The Siren song of flattery. Excessive flattery is often a tool of manipulation. While it may seem pleasant at first, those who shower us with over-the-top praise may have ulterior motives. Stoic philosophy teaches us to be wary of such behavior. Marcus Aurelius tells us not to be swayed by shallow compliments, but to look deeper into the intentions behind them. Imagine a colleague continually lavishing you with praise, calling you a genius or the best. Stoic wisdom encourages us to question whether this flattery is genuine or simply a way for the other person to gain favor. Epictetus would remind us that we are not defined by others' opinions, but by our own actions. By developing our capacity for rational thought, we can distinguish between sincere admiration and flattery that seeks to manipulate. Stoicism urges us to seek relationships that are based on authenticity rather than superficial charm. 7. Dimming your light. One of the most common tactics of envious individuals is to downplay your achievements. They might attribute your success to luck or external circumstances rather than your hard work. This behavior is designed to dull your light and make you doubt your abilities. Epictetus teaches us that we should never allow others to diminish our sense of self-worth. In the Enchiridion, he writes, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." We must remember that our accomplishments are a result of our efforts, and no one can take that away from us. By holding on to this Stoic principle, we strengthen our confidence and resist the attempts of envious individuals to minimize our success. 8. Broken promises. A key Stoic value is consistency between words and actions. When someone routinely breaks promises or fails to follow through on their commitments, they are displaying a lack of integrity. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, if it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. Inconsistent behavior, especially when it involves breaking promises, is a red flag for dishonesty. Stoicism urges us to evaluate the people in our lives based on their actions rather than their words. Someone who fails to honor their commitments is demonstrating a lack of respect for both you and the relationship. By recognizing these patterns, we can protect ourselves from emotional harm and focus on building relationships with people who value honesty and reliability. 9. The needy heart. Envious individuals often seek constant validation from others. Stoic philosophy teaches that true contentment comes from within, not from external approval. As Seneca writes, "A wise man is content with his lot, whatever it may be, without wishing for what he has not." When someone seeks approval excessively, they may be compensating for feelings of inadequacy or envy. Their dependence on others for validation can create a toxic dynamic where they manipulate those around them to boost their own self-esteem. Stoicism encourages us to develop emotional independence and not to rely on the opinions of others for our sense of worth. By recognizing this behavior in others, we can maintain healthy boundaries and avoid being drawn into their cycle of insecurity. 10. The whispers of intuition. Sometimes, despite everything seeming perfect on the surface, there's a nagging feeling that something isn't right. Stoicism doesn't dismiss intuition, rather it encourages us to balance it with reason. Epictetus teaches us that while logic is our guide, we must also pay attention to subtle signals, including our gut feelings. If you find yourself feeling uneasy around someone despite their kind words, it may be worth investigating. Stoic reasoning asks us to observe patterns in their behavior and assess whether their actions align with their words. This balance between intuition and reason allows us to detect envy or deceit more accurately. By listening to our intuition, while also applying Stoic logic, we can navigate complex social dynamics with greater clarity. 11th, sharing wisdom wisely. Stoic philosophers believed that wisdom should be shared cautiously. Seneca, in particular, warned against revealing too much to those who may misuse it. If you confide in someone and later discover that they have spread rumors or exaggerated your vulnerabilities, it's a clear sign of deceit. Stoicism teaches us that we must carefully choose whom we trust with our innermost thoughts. While openness and vulnerability are important in relationships, we must balance them with prudence. By being selective in whom we share our wisdom and struggles with, we can protect ourselves from those who might exploit our trust. 12th, setting boundaries. Setting boundaries is not about shutting people out. It's about protecting our emotional well-being. Stoicism teaches us that we should not allow others to dictate our emotions or invade our personal space. Epictetus reminds us that while we cannot control others' actions, we can control our responses. When we recognize that someone's envy or deceit is encroaching on our peace of mind, it's essential to set firm boundaries. Whether that means limiting contact or clearly communicating what behaviors are unacceptable, boundaries help maintain our emotional resilience. By asserting our needs with clarity and respect, we create a healthier social environment in which our well-being is prioritized. 13. Mindfulness in interactions. Stoicism teaches us the value of being present and aware in our interactions. Marcus Aurelius constantly reflected on his actions and thoughts, reminding himself to remain grounded in the present moment. This mindfulness allows us to engage with others more authentically. When interacting with people who might harbor envy or deceit, being mindful helps us recognize subtle signals that would otherwise go unnoticed. Instead of reacting impulsively to someone's behavior, Stoicism encourages us to pause, reflect, and respond with thoughtfulness. By practicing mindfulness, we gain control over our emotional reactions and ensure that we approach every interaction with composure and clarity. 14. Recognizing genuine praise. Distinguishing between genuine praise and insincere flattery is a crucial skill. Stoic philosophy teaches us to value authentic relationships, where praise is given out of admiration rather than manipulation. Genuine praise feels sincere because it acknowledges specific efforts and comes from a place of mutual respect. When someone praises us without really understanding or acknowledging the work we put in, it often feels shallow. Stoicism asks us to question the intent behind such praise and to look for consistency in their behavior over time. By developing the ability to recognize genuine praise, we can nurture relationships that are built on honesty and mutual respect, rather than superficial flattery. 15. Cultivating the social garden. In Stoicism, cultivating meaningful relationships is akin to tending a garden. Marcus Aurelius advises us to surround ourselves with people who reflect our virtues and values. These relationships, like well-tended plants, require care, attention, and honesty. Just as a garden thrives with diverse plants, our social circle should include a variety of perspectives and experiences. However, we must also be cautious of weeds, people who spread envy or deceit. By cultivating relationships with people who inspire us, challenge us to grow, and celebrate our successes, we build a support system that aligns with Stoic values. Conclusion. Stoicism offers us a timeless framework to navigate the complexities of human relationships. Whether we are dealing with envy, deceit, or false praise, the principles of this ancient philosophy provide us with the tools to protect ourselves, cultivate emotional resilience, and foster genuine connections. By applying these 15 Stoic principles in our daily lives, we become more discerning in our relationships. We learn to identify those who uplift us and distance ourselves from those who bring negativity. As Seneca wisely said, true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. Through Stoic wisdom, we can create a more fulfilling and virtuous social environment, one where authenticity thrives and envy fades away. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you found it helpful, please give it a like and feel free to share your thoughts or your own experiences in the comments below. I'd love to hear your story. And don't forget to share this video with your friends and family so they can also connect with these valuable insights and build stronger, more authentic relationships. See you in the next video.